Good evening. Thank you for joining us for tonight's public hearing on the draft environmental impact statement for the New York State Department of Transportation's Van Wyck Expressway Capacity and Access Improvements to JFK Airport project. The Van Wyck Expressway, also known as Interstate 678, is the major transportation corridor providing access to and from JFK Airport. According to the January 2017 A Vision Plan for John F. Kennedy International Airport, Recommendations for a 21st Century Airport for the State of New York, the number of passengers at JFK Airport is expected to grow by nearly 1/3 to over 75 million passengers by 2030. The Van Wyck Expressway also serves as the major route for commercial truck traffic to get to and from the airport, with trucks accounting for 8% of morning peak volume and 5% of evening peak volume on the Van Wyck Expressway. Nearly 170,000 vehicles per day travel on the Van Wyck Expressway between the Kew Gardens interchange and JFK Airport, resulting in congestion for extended hours every day. The expected airport growth is anticipated to result in additional traffic volumes on the Van Wyck Expressway, which will worsen the roadway congestion. The Van Wyck Expressway Capacity and Access Improvements to JFK Airport project is located in Queens, New York, along a 4.3-mile segment of the Van Wyck Expressway, including the northbound and southbound service roads. The northern project limit is Hoover Avenue, and the southern project limit is the southern end of Federal Circle at the entrance to JFK Airport. The purpose of the project is to provide increased capacity on the Van Wyck Expressway between the Kew Gardens interchange and JFK Airport to improve vehicular access to and from JFK Airport. In addition, the project will address operational, geometric, and structural deficiencies on the Van Wyck Expressway between the Kew Gardens interchange and JFK Airport. This project is being advanced in accordance with the National Environmental Policy Act, known as NEPA, as well as the New York State Quality Review Act. NEPA is a federal law that requires agencies to undertake an assessment of the environmental effects of their proposed actions prior to making decisions. Two major purposes of the environmental review process are better informed decisions and citizen involvement. Through NEPA, the build alternative is compared to a no-action or no-build alternative. The build alternative addresses the project's purpose, objectives, and needs by focusing on the following three main categories of improvements: adding a managed use lane or high occupancy vehicle lane in each direction to provide increased capacity, reconfiguring ramps, which will help address operational and geometric deficiencies, replacing and/or retrofitting the bridges within the corridor, addressing structural deficiencies. The project will add a fourth lane in each direction between Hoover Avenue and Federal Circle. The widening of the main line and ramp relocations will be within the existing right-of-way and will not result in the permanent acquisition of private property. The additional lane in each direction will be a managed use lane with high occupancy vehicle (HOV) restrictions. Buses, occupied for hire vehicles, and occupied taxis will also be allowed on the managed use lane. The study area includes 22 existing bridges, 4 of them carrying the Long Island Railroad over the Van Wyck Expressway. Of the 4 Long Island Railroad bridges, 3 will be rehabilitated or retrofitted, and 1 will be replaced. To address existing bottleneck conditions, traffic operations will be improved by reconfiguring selected entrance and exit ramps to and from the Van Wyck Expressway. In the southbound direction, the entrance and exit ramps between Atlantic and Liberty Avenues will be reversed, so the new configuration will be an exit followed by a 2-lane entrance ramp, which eliminates a short weaving section on the main line. In addition, the entrance ramp from Liberty Avenue will be permanently closed. Traffic will use the new 101st Avenue entrance ramp or the existing Linden Boulevard entrance ramp. Of the 18 existing roadway bridges, 16 will be replaced and/or retrofitted, and 2 will be widened under the build alternative. To monitor the occupancy requirements of vehicles traveling in the managed use lanes, enforcement areas will be created between Linden Boulevard and Foch Boulevard for both the northbound and southbound directions. At the southbound Van Wyck Expressway exit to North Conduit Avenue and the westbound Belt Parkway, or Exit 1W, the operation of the southbound Van Wyck Expressway main line will be modified. The proposed southbound general use lanes will shift west following the present collector-distributor road and will be signed as I-678 South. 2 lanes will remain on the present alignment and become a 2-lane extension of the exit to eastbound Belt Parkway, South Conduit Avenue, and Nassau Expressway. The existing on-ramp from North Conduit Avenue to westbound Belt Parkway will be closed, and a new 2-lane on-ramp will be constructed at the intersection of the existing exit ramp from the southbound Van Wyck Expressway, or Exit 1W, and North Conduit Avenue. The acceleration lane of the new on-ramp to westbound Belt Parkway will be approximately 600 feet longer than the existing lane. Furthermore, an additional storage lane will be added at the end of Exit 1W. Local traffic entering the southbound Van Wyck Expressway past Exit 1W will still be able to access the exit to eastbound Belt Parkway, South Conduit Avenue, and Nassau Expressway immediately south of the Nassau Expressway overpass. The southbound Van Wyck Expressway managed use lane will end just north of Federal Circle. The transition from 4 to 3 lanes in the southbound direction will be approximately 800 feet. Traveling northbound, the managed use lane will begin north of Federal Circle. One new bridge will be constructed to carry the southbound Van Wyck Expressway managed use lane over the southbound Van Wyck Expressway exit to the Nassau Expressway, eastbound Belt Parkway, and South Conduit Avenue. The northbound Linden Boulevard exit ramp will be relocated south, approximately 400 feet farther from the intersection. To improve traffic operations in the northbound direction, the existing exit ramp to Atlantic Avenue will be permanently closed. This will eliminate delays due to the short weaving distance between the entrance ramp from Liberty Avenue and the exit ramp to Atlantic Avenue. Traffic currently using the Atlantic Avenue exit ramp will instead use the Liberty Avenue or Jamaica Avenue exit ramps. The northbound Atlantic Avenue entrance ramp, followed by the exit ramp to Jamaica Avenue, will be reconfigured as an exit followed by an entrance, which will eliminate the existing short weaving section on the Van Wyck Expressway that creates a bottleneck condition. The northbound managed use or HOV lane restriction will end 850 feet south of the Queens Boulevard overpass. 2 lanes will continue towards the Grand Central Parkway, and 3 lanes will continue on the Van Wyck Expressway. The New York State Department of Transportation and Federal Highway Administration completed the environmental analysis as part of NEPA, and released the Draft Environmental Impact Statement, or EIS, for public comment in February of 2019, and are looking forward to hearing your comments. Once the comment period closes on March 18, 2019, all of the comments received will be reviewed and considered in preparing a final EIS and a record of decision. There are several ways to submit comments between now and the end of the public comment period on March 18th of 2019. The public can comment during tonight's meeting by signing up to speak during the public testimony portion of the hearing, by speaking privately to a stenographer, or by filling out a comment card. You can also submit a comment by email or mail to the Wyck Expressway project address.